In the summer of 1911, 39-year-old Japanese immigrant Tsukubo Miyake was a railroad worker in the Cripple Creek Gold Mining District of Colorado. Known as section hands, these men worked in small groups on an assigned section of track. Building and maintaining railroad tracks and the gravel or crushed rock they sit on is called grading. In addition to new construction, section hands repaired track that had been damaged by heavy rains or rock slides, repaired damage from wear, and in the winter helped clear the tracks of snow. Often, section hands lived in mobile tent camps very near their work sites. These camps were known as grading camps. For fresh drinking water, grading camps depended on water carriers, who hauled drinking water from hydrants in town, from storage tanks, and from springs. Unfortunately, section hands, like the miners who also worked in the area, were subject to fairly high rates of accidents, and fatalities weren't uncommon. On August 11, 1911, Miyake and his crew were working from a camp near Midway, on the route of the Midland Terminal Railway, the line running from Divide to the district. It was a small settlement with a few cabins and a couple of saloons for miners. Miyake died after drinking water containing potassium cyanide. It was quickly discovered that a water carrier had mistakenly delivered water to the grading camp that had been taken from the Wild Horse Mill. Mills like the Wild Horse used dilute potassium cyanide solutions to dissolve gold from crushed ore. Though dilute, the cyanide solutions used in mills was still lethal. There were almost no Japanese railroad workers in Cripple Creek in 1911, but an estimated 400 Japanese worked on the railroads in other parts of the state. There were maybe 10,000 Japanese men working on the railroads in the western United States during the period, with significant numbers in Utah, Montana, and the Pacific Northwest. Miyake was originally from the Tsukubo district in Okayama Prefecture, a very productive rice-growing region that was almost entirely dependent on agriculture. To get to America would have cost Miyake the equivalent of 3 years' wages for an average Japanese worker. He would have arrived at a port on America's west coast. Along with American-born settlers buried in the Mount Pisgah cemetery are many others who, like T. Miyake, were drawn to North America from countries abroad. But Miyake may be the person buried here who was born the farthest from Cripple Creek.